So today on Coffee and Comics, we are going over the comics that are going to be coming out on March. I can't believe it's March already. Like, that's kind of wild.
February did go by pretty slow for me.
It went by really fast for me.
But March is kind of crazy that it's March already.
Yeah, it's... How is it March? Well, good thing that it's March, because that means we're closer to spring and summer, and I can't wait, because I want to go to the beach already. But before we get into what comics are coming out on Wednesday, I did want to clarify something that we had said in our Hit Girl review that we posted on YouTube. We mentioned that Hit Girl was moving from Marvel to Image, and although that's not completely incorrect, what would be more correct is to say that Hit Girl had gone from Icon, which was is an imprint of Marvel, over to Image. So just wanted to clarify that for everybody watching, so we don't confuse anybody.
So kind to point it out on YouTube.
Yes, thank you. And alright, let's get started.
So what are you excited for this week, Lisa?
Not much in every other publisher house aside from Image, because of course I read mostly Image, but in DC, Harley and Ivy meets Betty and Veronica is their final number 6 issue of their 6 series issues coming out, and we did review this series on YouTube, and I didn't particularly enjoy it.
I don't think either of us particularly enjoyed it.
No, so I'm kind of glad that it's coming to an end in a way, in a sense.
I mean, I didn't keep up with it. After the second issue, I was like, this had promise, and now it doesn't.
Cool concept, but needed to be executed a little better. So if you guys want to read that, you could pick that up and decide for yourself if you liked the mashup between Archie and DC, which I think that was the coolest thing that came out of it, is mashing up 2 different publications. Publisher houses. I can't speak. So, Wildstorm number 12 is also coming out on DC. Did you have any other DC comics?
No, just Wildstorm. I haven't caught up with it yet because there's just so much going on.
It's a really good series, though.
It's a very good series, but it's just one that is meant to be read straight through. Mm-hmm. Like Warren Ellis, I feel like he's more of like a novel writer than a comic writer. People are going to be like, oh, go crazy over this. But his stories have they're just dense a lot of times. Yeah. And you have to really pay attention to what's going on.
So essentially, I'd probably wait till the trade comes out.
Wait till the trade, or wait till all of them come out. I mean, yeah. I'm collecting them. I'm going to read, when this comes out, I'll probably read the last 3 altogether, because to get the comic and then have to reread everything again, once a month is...
You kind of, forget what happened. Not forget, but it's too much.
There's just these details, and there's,
You forget the details.
Yeah, I forget the details. I'm like, why do I care? Oh, okay. So, that's where I'm at with Wildstorm.
Okay. So, now moving on to Image, which I have a billion things that I'm reading on Image, but The Fix, it took a little hiatus, and now number 11 is coming back, and what's his name? I get the names mixed up. Nick Spencer and Steve Lieber are the creators of The Fix, and they're an amazing team together, and The Fix is hilarious, so I think you guys should definitely check that out if you haven't already. I've actually reviewed I think the first few issues of that on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out and see if it's for you. But another series that I'm reading is The Gravediggers Union, and the reason why I'm reading that is because I just really love Wes Craig and his art, but Toby Cypress does the art for Gravediggers Union, so it's pretty cool. We have a couple number 1s coming out on Image, and so Prism Stalker, I think you're going to like this series because it is a sci-fi adventure, and the art is extremely comfortable. I was going to say colorful.
Comfortable. I was like, what are you trying to say about me?
This is a very edgy, comfortable series for you to read.
I do love a lot of color. Not that I palettes, but I don't know. They just really bright really attracts me. I don't know. I'm just one of those little girls when you would take me to the toy store and I just see the pink from the Barbie and I would just you know, not that I didn't play with other toys or anything,
but you would buy Barbie because
yeah,
it's colorful.
I'm like totally easily marketable too.
Yeah, I think you are. So I'm marketing this one to you to check out, which is Prism Stalker.
Do you know who's written it or who's
not off the
on
top
it
of
yet?
my head?
Okay.
No, but Image is pushing this new #1. It's called Oblivion Song, and the reason why they're pushing it is because Robert Kirkman wrote it. So it's a new series, and of course it's what's it called? End of the World. What's the name of that? That's when the end of the world. Another name for that. Apocalyptic. Thank you. So it's another apocalyptic series coming out from Robert Kirkman. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. The Oblivion Song is what it's called. So So I've been meaning to review Scales and Scoundrels, and that's coming out this week as well, #7. So I'm gonna pick that up.
Is it about like no good Nick lizards?
It's like, if you like Game of Thrones and fantasy, you're gonna like Scales and Scoundrels.
I have not touched anything Game of Thrones.
I know you haven't, which I like. You
not
really
that I'm against
should.
Game of Thrones or that I don't like it. Okay, no one like go crazy. Like wow,
Jenna
no.
just hasn't.
I just haven't gotten into it yet. There's just so many of
It
things.
really breaks my heart because this Game of Thrones is such an important piece of art.
I've heard described as like the most amazing fantasy fiction out there. Some people will describe it like, oh, it's a soap opera. Other people are like,
You should read it then.
I'll probably.
You should read
that's
it.
what I want to do. I want to read it.
Yeah, you should read it then.
It seems like something that's meant to be read.
Which is kind of okay. So the next series that I was going to talk about is The Walking Dead. I believe 177 is coming out this week too, and so it's a series that I probably stopped reading at around 165, and I just stopped reading it simply because I was kind of getting bored of the storyline, which it's tough because Robert Kirkman is an amazing writer. But so I went back to watching the show, and now I'm at the point where I don't think I'm going to watch the show ever again.
I don't blame you. I really don't.
And so I'm really curious to know if you guys are still watching The Walking Dead, or if you're even still reading the series. I'm going to go back to the series, and hopefully that makes me more excited about the Walking Dead universe again, just because the show has really disappointed me.
I don't know who. I know it's not the same showrunner that it's been, and just what they did at the end of the last episode, and I'm like, am I supposed to buy this or am I supposed to not? Is this another fake out death or
To be alive.
to be? Even though they like, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone.
I didn't even watch that episode, the mid-season premiere, because I don't know. I've heard everything from the internet, and I'm just like, it's a waste of my time. Like, it's probably a waste of an episode. Like, Carl's going to come back. Just have him come back already. You don't have to prolong the story.
I know. They're trying to really, like, make us believe that he's dead. And maybe he will be. I don't know. Eventually, everyone has to die. But I don't buy it. I really don't. And I'm just so sick of these long, drawn-out episodes that Walking Dead spends on one thing.
And that's what I like about the comic series, because literally absolutely no one is safe. Just because they're a fan favorite, like they could get killed. And that's what's great about Robert Kirkman's writing. And it sucks because on a show, you're going to keep the fan favorite because that's how you keep the audience watching.
Right.
And that's how you're going to make money. But let's move on to Marvel, because I'm not really excited about any of the series coming out on Marvel, aside from Rise of the Black Panther, which I believe #3 of 6 is coming out. And we watched Black Panther, and I'm going to just say that it is my favorite superhero movie on Earth. Period.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's how much I like Black Panther.
Actually, I did really like it. It kind of, like, forewent all of the, like, typical Marvel stuff that bothered me a lot in those movies. Like these huge, drawn-out fight scenes. Like, there were some, but they were needed. They weren't like excessive, and it didn't have like these really corny jokes.
Yeah, the comedy was amazing. The acting was amazing. The action scenes were phenomenal, and even the conflicts. I was completely not thrown, but I was really excited that the conflicts were far more complex than just a simple there's the villain, which they started with, and then moved on to a bigger, greater issue, which is awesome.
Right. They
But
really did. They did it very well.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were bothered by the fact that it didn't go outside of Wakanda, but I really loved that it stayed mainly in Wakanda.
Why would that be an issue? That's some like I don't get it. I don't know why that.
I think people felt like the stakes weren't raised high enough.
Okay.
That a lot of times it's like end of the world, end of the universes, and it doesn't.
It doesn't have to be that way.
That way. Exactly. Like I'm so tired of that shtick. Like, and I just really appreciated that it didn't dwell too much in when. I don't want to give anything away, but they kept it like all in their home base, and it was like a very personal battle.
And I think that's what made it so great. But overall, Black Panther as a movie is just because of how great it is in terms of like as a cultural tool or its cultural value in society today. I think it's an advancement for people of color, which it's great for every single person to have equality. Like, we struggle for female equality and seeing great representation for us as females. So, of course, for the Black community, this is an amazing feat and accomplishment to have an amazing Black director with almost a complete Black cast create this movie that is just blowing it out of the water in terms of the box office, because it's at 900 million globally right now.
That's insane.
And it had like the third best weekend opening, or not opening weekend, but weekend. This is its third weekend that it's out. And last week when we saw it, it was like completely sold out. We had to go to two different theaters just to be able to get to see this movie.
Right.
And I know I'm like going on and ranting about this, but there's just about this movie.
People are talking about it, like Wakanda Forever.
Yes, Wakanda Forever.
Day of the Dead. It's the same. Said they needed to establish Wakanda for the MCU. I think it worked that they stayed there.
Yes,
I agree.
Thank you.
So what else in Marvel are you excited for? Just Black Panther?
Just Black Panther. But one more fun fact was that in its third weekend, it has done almost as well as Star Wars, Jurassic Park, those huge box office movies, but it wasn't on a holiday weekend, which all of those movies had
they had
the push for the holiday weekend. So that's just how amazing Black Panther is as a movie.
Joseph Yulo just said sold out every screening.
Yeah, it really did, and I'm so proud of this movie. And of course, sucks that it's a Marvel movie.
You like Marvel movies. I thought you didn't like DC movies.
No, I do like. I don't like the superhero genre in general. So that's why I think that Black Panther really, it's really stuck with me. Just can we even just talk about Kendrick Lamar and like his album? The whole Black Panther soundtrack is absolutely amazing.
I know, I downloaded it that night,
and I think I listened to it 500 times. It's just so great. I'm so happy for that world, for the Black Panther world to continue. So excited. But maybe we can, before we sign off.
No, we have more to talk about.
We do?
You always like steamroll through your stuff. You're like, okay, we're done, and I'm like, I didn't even get to my part.
Oh,
Lisa.
I'm sorry. What?
Gosh.
Sorry, Jenna.
No, now it just seems like so anticlimactic when I talk.
Why?
Because it's gonna be like, oh, I had these two other things.
Oh, what are your two other things?
See?
What?
I'm kidding. I'm not looking at that. No, other things from Marvel. X-Men Red #2.
Oh.
Very excited for that because the first one was so good. Jean Grey is turning, like, she's going to be better than Xavier, Professor X in this. Can't.
I think you should review it.
I'm going to review it.
Okay, good.
It's an expensive comic too.
Yeah, but
it's like close to $5.
$5.
Yeah. And
Insta Sam, we
Amazing.
said, hello, Joseph Fellow.
Just a few though.
It's Joseph Yulo. Whoa, Alicia Weinberger. Hey, Alicia. Love you. And said they would have liked if they went outside Wakanda, but still enjoyed it immensely. Technically, I'm going to go back on that. Technically, they did go out of Wakanda, or maybe the following movie will be, like, globally, because of, you know, they're bringing everything Wakanda has to offer to the world, to the globe.
Yes.
And so we stuck around for one of the ending scenes, right, after the credits?
Yeah, only one of them.
Only one of them. Did you guys stick around for any more of them? I'm curious. I wanted to know what the other scenes were.
Yeah, I heard they were funny.
They were funny?
Yeah,
okay,
someone said, like, oh, they're just funny. And I was like, what? Easter eggs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they actually pushed up the Avengers movie a week, so it's coming out next month.
Oh, whoa.
In April.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I haven't really been happy with the Avengers movies.
I mean, the first Avengers movie also made a lot of money.
The first Avengers movie was really good, but then when I saw, like, the next one, I was like, and then, like, I kind of dropped off of Marvel movies until, like, Thor Ragnarok came out, and then I was like, alright.
And you liked that one because, that was this, like, last December, no?
November, yeah.
November, okay, because my dog made an appearance in it. No.
People are talking about the end scenes.
The other credit scene had,
in it.
Who?
The Winter Soldier end scene I didn't like. Oh, the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay. I think, nice. All right.
Cool. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about on IDW Publishing,
Star Trek.
October Faction is coming
I don't know why I assumed it was Star Trek.
No, I haven't been keeping up with those. I tried keeping up with the Boldly Go, but then I was just, it was a lot that I was reading at one time, so I just, like, kind of let it go.
What's it called?
October Faction. I think Steve Niles is the author, and he also wrote 30 Days of Night, and he worked on I Am Legend comics.
I Am Legend, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and he's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey.
Yeah, so he's coming back again with October Faction. It's called, like, Dreams something. I don't know. If you guys are familiar with this comic, I'm going to pick it up because the art looks really cool. Looks really creepy. And
What's the
horror,
genre?
like, it's horror.
It's horror?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll like it.
It's horror, yeah.
I definitely want to check that out.
So.
Okay.
And yeah, who doesn't like spooky stuff in the beginning of spring? Coming to be the beginning of spring.
Yay! Yep. So,
is that it?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Except we did finally decide on a name for our panel for Zapp Zapp Con, which BT Dubs, Danny Tamborelli.
Danny
Tamborelli will
from
be there.
All That and Pete.
And yes, and then another really huge YouTube channel that's going to be at Zapp Con is, I think they're called Comic Pop.
Yeah, I think it's Comic Pop.
And they have an awesome channel, so it's really stoked to meet them and see their panel. But yeah, so the name of our panel is going to be called From Damsel to Heroine.
Yes. You said it with a question mark.
From Damsel to Heroine. Because it's so easy to spell heroin as the drug.
Yeah. No, not about drugs. Not about women in need of help with drugs.
No, really strong female heroes.
Yeah, we talk about basically, I guess, females in comics and
the evolution of women's.
You know, and just to really get your questions, answer your questions if you're in the area at the time. It's the last weekend of March.
March 31st.
March 31st is our panel.
So we're excited to meet you guys there. And yeah, you guys can head over to zappcomics.com, zappcomics.com, so that you can pick up your badges. The badges are really cool. They're drawn by a bunch of different local artists and stuff, so they're really awesome. And the artist alley is actually really swell. There's a lot of awesome artists at Zapp Con. So yes, hope to see you there. And please go over to our YouTube to check out our latest videos, as well as we post our live streams there every week as well, so that anyone who didn't watch from the beginning or wanted to check it out at their own time could could also watch it.
Yeah, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We try to answer as soon as we see stuff, so...
Yes.
And let us know what you're reading.
Alrighty.
That's it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.